What's up guys, Ollie Trades here, and today I'm going to be showing you how I turned 5K into $131,000 in just 3 days. I'm going to be going over the 3 best trades that I took to make this happen, and I got something very special for you guys at the end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned, and let's get right into it. Now, before anyone tries to say that this is all fugazi, this is fake, this is demo, you guys can see very clear proof right here that this is my live account. And also, I brought up my TRADEZELLA stats. I'm going to go ahead and refresh them so everybody knows that nothing fishy has been done. You guys can see net profit was 122,000. My TRADEZELLA score was 100. And you guys can see every single trade right there. It doesn't get any more transparent than this. I also did this for free on my YouTube channel in the live stream section. So it doesn't get any better than that. So the first trade that I want to break down is GU. And guys, keep in mind EU and GU often mimic each other, and I use that heavily towards my bias, as well as this little trick I use with the fundamentals. So I was on FOREX Factory and I saw we had French flash manufacturing, right? And I saw that the forecast was both of these were going to be below 50.0. Now the idea is above 50.0 indicates that the industry is expanding, and below 50 shows contraction. And as I know, if we're contracting, that means that we're going to have a bearish EU or GU because they often follow each other. So when the news first came out, this one beat the forecast, but it was still below 50. And that's why you guys can see we trickled up and then we had the drop. So we swept these Asia highs, which you guys know is a very nice confluence of mine. And then we came down. Now, 15 minutes later, we had the same type of news, but for the German economy. And I saw this one was supposed to be well below 50 and this one was right above. But with all my confluences and what I was seeing happening, I had a pretty good feeling that we were gonna go under. So when the news started to trickle back up here, and let me put this in replay mode so it's a lot easier for you guys. The news started to trickle back up and then break back down. I took that as a sign that we're ready to be selling. You guys can see we came back up and we respected that. And so at this point, I entered shorts just about here. And I tucked my stops just above right here to make sure that I gave it enough breathing room just in case it wants to pull up a little bit. And then the news ends up dropping at 130. So I sit in the trade, it's just hanging around, and you guys can see this absolutely melted. I saw one candle book my screen and double my account, and I literally just closed out of this trade for about a 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio, and that was absolutely beautiful. So let's get into the next trade. So guys, my second trade came on GU again, and it was another sell because I was already bearish fundamentally, and I noticed price pulled all the way back up to where we sold from yesterday. And as you guys know, I like to trade order blocks, which are areas of supply and demand in the market, which I see are respected a ton. And you guys can see this order block was getting respected to a T right here, and then price came in and did this. It came in and broke structure right there, and then I created another order block, which it tapped into again and broke structure. So once we did that, I knew that we're going to be looking for sells because we had one break here and then another break over here, and it was just price was matching the order flow, which was also in line with my fundamental buys. Once we had that latest break, I decided to put my sell limits right here, as you guys can see, and then cover my stops just at the top of this order block since that was what was respected. Now you guys can see price comes in, taps in, gets very deep in there, but still holds our stop loss and then starts melting. Now, when it came to my take profit, I knew that we melted all the way down here from yesterday, and we're still playing off the same biases and respecting that same order flow off of the order blocks. So my target was simply right there. And as you guys can see, I caught an absolute nuts 1 to 24 risk to reward ratio and caught an absolute bag on this trade. So guys, the third and final trade that I'm going to break down are these EU buys. And my main basis behind this was I saw that the flash manufacturing for the dollar came out negative, and we were also selling off on EU the entirety of the last couple of days. So I knew EU was a little oversold. The dollar is also in a much better position than it was before. And also we were going to have Federal Chairman Jerome Powell speak, which I was really looking forward to, considering last year when he spoke, he was extremely bullish on the dollar, and I was expecting things to be a little different considering our inflation circumstances this year. So I wanted some volume behind my trade, so I waited for this German IFO business climate to drop, and when this came out, I was at the markets, right? It was 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So let's just go in replay mode to make this a little easy for you guys. And you guys can see price came up, ranged a little bit. When it comes to news, I'm always trading on the 1 minute. Price came up, ranged a little bit, and then started to break above. So once we had this range and the break above, I waited for the pullback on here because this candle pushed us further up, and I entered right about here with my stops just over here to give it enough breathing room in case this wanted to move. So I was looking to honestly cover this entire move that we were selling off of, and I had a very tight stop loss. It was actually 3 pips, so I entered just about here. And as you guys can see here, markets started pushing up and then they started consolidating a bit. But when Jerome Powell came to speak, these markets just absolutely flew. So you guys can see it was doing its thing. And once we got this massive spike, once I see the markets shoot in one direction, just absolutely unpredictable, I decided to close out. So I closed this trade out right here for 1 to 17 and for my first ever $50,000 trade. Once again, I did this on live for free and it was an absolute banger trade. This was an absolutely insane week. And if you guys want to trade live with me, see more in-depth breakdowns, and be a part of the greatest Forex community to ever touch planet Earth, make sure you guys click the links in the description and also like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And I hope to see you guys in the future.